All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday on December 14th, 2024. It has been an
14.
evening of times and dates and scheduling and everything else for tonight. Very happy to be here with everyone. If you are here, please let me know that you are here by saying hi. I have to, of course, close mine out on my phone, come back to it because technology is just really interesting for me tonight. So anyway, if you are here, say hi. I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness and Why. I am your holistic integrated teacher, holistic integrated founder of Holistic Fitness and Why, Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and of course, card reader. And Miss Kitty, introduce yourself.
I'm in the process of sharing, only it's doing that weird thing it did the other day too,
Yeah, which
where I
is
have to go
brand new.
off and go on.
That's what I had to
There it
do as
is.
well.
There it is. Okay, here we go. I am Kitty Buttigieg Foss, or depending the day, whichever names I can use that I don't get stricken off Facebook for. Um, and I am a storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, and at the moment, holder of the quiet. That's kind of a message for today. Well, it's kind of a message for the next few weeks, actually. So
Yes. So let's see if we can play now if I'm seeing what I need to see. Kitty, on your phone, are you able to share it out?
I did share it out.
Okay, I can share it too. So let's go. Let's see. Here we go. Sharing it out to the groups. And then we're going to get this party started because there's lots to cover, lots of interesting things coming up with our full moon's energy that is going to be in Gemini, and also Mercury is going direct, which is in Sagittarius. So that itself says a lot. So here we
That is
go.
kind of the crux of this full moon, right there.
Yes.
A
So
lot of Pisces, Aquarian, and Sagittarian. A lot of mutable energy, a lot of finishing up, things shifting, being reformed, that kind of energy.
yes. I don't know. Internet's a little crazy. Facebook is a little weird right now. Not able to see really anything on my end. So I'm trusting that whoever's here is here, and obviously later on we'll be able to get a better idea of who's actually with us. Originally, we were supposed to be streaming on three platforms tonight, but StreamYard was giving me some challenges. So there's always the other.
I think it's because you got visitors flying over New York, New Jersey, all kinds of communication happening there. I just sent you a picture from last night. It may be Brooklyn, but that's not that far from you. Plus, New Jersey is not that far from you. And
Yeah, and
your
that's where they.
skies have been lit up.
Yeah,
India, California, all kinds of places.
yeah, and that's where the last couple of days the what do they call them? Drones, domes,
They're
something.
calling them drones, but they're the size of SUVs and they don't move like drones and they don't know what they are. And that's what it comes down to. They know who's in charge of them nor what they are.
The aliens are
Oh,
in charge
and
of.
it's pouring here.
Oh,
I was
that's
kind of hoping we would see some in the sky. I mean, I'm near NASA in Florida, in Cape Canaveral. Perhaps they're staying away because they have more equipment around. I have no idea.
mm,
So, um, but I had a mutual friend of ours, they were out in their car last night taking pictures, um, whether it was Brooklyn or Queens, I'm not sure. Um, and and being a non-New Yorker, I'm not sure how far apart that is to boot. So,
yeah.
um, but they have actual pictures, and they hadn't been there yet in the sky. So, um, and I think I sent you that video of if you put your star app up, there were two Venuses in the sky. There were not two Venuses in the sky. Um, Whatever it was dancing and having a grand old time while Venus was kind of looking on, going, "Oh, so what are you?" So, you know.
Exactly. And as I said, when it comes to the the different areas, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx. We're close enough, but sometimes far enough. Whereas, let's say if it's snowing in Brooklyn, we may not necessarily have the snow here. So it just means that it's on its way to here if we have not had it yet. So that's how
Well,
it
if you've ever driven through Buffalo, you understand that with lake effect. I remember, for years my husband had heard about it, and one day we were driving to Michigan going through Canada, and oh, whatever. If we seriously came around the highway, 280, I think it was, and we were in 8 inches of snow, he goes, "Is this lake effect?" I'm like, "Yes, this is what is called lake effect snow." He goes, "It's like somebody took a line." I'm like, "It's exactly what it is."
exactly.
So,
We've had experiences where one side of the street was sunny and the other side of the street is raining. It's like, how is that even possible? I mean, a few years ago, I think it was it the Hurricane Sandy? I think it was the Hurricane.
Superstorm Sandy,
Yeah,
it was
where
called.
my father and I had called my dad because where I was, there was heavy winds, crazy rains, things, trees falling down, and letting him, saying to him, "Look, I'm in this crazy weather," and he's like, "Yes, I'm in the car too, and I'm here." He said, "Just stay safe and stay away from trees." I was like, "Oh well, that's a bit late news because one just fell behind me and one just fell in front of me, but there was still space for me to drive." I called my mother up, asking her, "I was like, how's the weather by you?" She goes, "Everything's fine. What are you talking about?" Now we were literally 10 blocks away from each other. 10 blocks. So
Yeah.
depending on where
I
you
mean, there's
what
there's
block,
a line for weather. It's there always is. So
yes.
most of the time it's out over the water or something, so we just don't know what it is. And this is really pretty good analogy for what is happening right now.
Yeah.
There are just lines, and some people are on one side of it, and some people are on another side in a different kind of storm. That's what is happening right
Yes.
now.
And let's talk a little bit about this Mercury retrograde as it's coming to an end. Of course, we do have the 2 week shadow period, but this Mercury retrograde, at least for me, was a little different than most Mercury retrogrades. And what I mean by
For me
different
too.
is I felt this one. Not, when I say I felt this one, meaning scheduling, technology, different glitch, shall we say, where even with schedules, where I would expect to have a specific thing happening. I look at my calendar. I'm like, well, where's all the information for it? Where'd it go? Are we having it like for tonight, for example? I was supposed to be in the summit tonight at 7 o'clock. I was supposed to be speaking on an event. And the event was from 8 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. Theoretically, you would think that the summit would be playing somewhere on Facebook that I would have been able to see it. I'm like, where is it? Reached out to the presenter. No words from the presenter. And I'm like, okay, is the summit going on? Was it rescheduled? Did something happen? Reached out to her at 3 different places where I can reach out to her to find out what's going on. Haven't heard from her yet. So again, a glitch. I'm sure it was rescheduled, and I probably didn't get the notification that it was rescheduled, which is why I was looking for it and can't find it. And I'm hoping she's okay, and I'm sure I'll hear from her. But this is a perfect example of this particular Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, at least for me anyway. Um, Scheduling conflicts and
You
delays
know,
and hiccups and everything else.
it is very much because this is about truce and internal truce. And really, this is really a really interesting one about this Mercury retrograde was about us, and Mercury will stay in Sagittarius for a little bit. So it's been a long time actually in Sagittarius. Um, and it was about us expanding what our understanding of our truths what were. Very interesting. We had a square with Saturn on November 3rd that we will be revisiting with Pluto on January 3rd. And I'm kind of December 3rd started quite a month for me. I lost my voice, my name. Um, And that's why I'm now keeper of the quiet. With this moon in Gemini and Mercury moving direct, it's all about expansion of what our truths are. And we're at 2 degrees of that last Libra South node. And it's the truth of our beliefs. Are we willing to live with our beliefs? And I think that technology was stopping us. Technology was at a hard place of a lot of the um, what has been chaotic energy has really shifted to our more of our inner authority is what this Mercury retrograde, along with Mars retrograde, is helping us take a look at. The truth about our inner authority. What authority are we taking? What are we aligning our will with? And so I also felt this, and was born with Mercury retrograde. And usually Mercury retrograde has more to do with other people and not me, but this one in truth. Now, Sagittarius is also my rising sign. And so it really did bring me face to face with what are the truths about what I am, what I want to do, how I feel, what my beliefs are. Um, and that is important as we enter into this next year because we are being called upon not only to be our authentic self, because we had last time Mars retrograde in Gemini, that's what that was really a lot about, was how we were experiencing ourselves being authentic. But it's about action, divine action, authentic action. And in order to do that, we have to be aligned with our truths and be able to speak our truths. And in order to speak our truths, we have to run them through our head and take a look at them and live by them. So this is a really interesting full moon with Mercury going direct. We are to talk about the expansion of this truth we've come to and dropping into our heart and really living from what our heart is. Not our mind, not this fast pace hamster wheel kind of energy that we've been living in the 60-second, but really the heart living, this next evolution of man. It's time to take stock in the truths for yourself. I even wrote out notes, which I don't usually do, because this is really very important because it's about quieting ourselves for this wisdom to experience our truth and lengthening our attention to it. Important, very important.
Yes. And I do think that, and I'm not going to use the word think, I do believe that this full moon that we have in Gemini is the door opener to when Uranus moves into Gemini. And the things we need to work on now, how we communicate, how we network, how we show up for ourselves in regards to this big energy of what 2025 through. I'm just gonna go to the stretch of the next 3 years because the next 3 years is really like the example of what the next give and take 17 years is going to look like on an overall 20-year period. How we really communicate, and can we get to that point where we can really be truthful in our conversations without people quote unquote being triggered by hearing the truth, as opposed to having to quote unquote sugarcoat or walk around something, pretend like the situation doesn't exist. Because again, as Kitty and I talk about all the time, as we do move into 2025, because of the vibration of that 2025 energy of a nine, this is really a preview and a review of the last 9 years of our lives. What conversations have we had with different people? Or what conversations have we chosen not to have because it's easier to pretend it doesn't exist than talk about it?
Well, yeah, it's because it isn't even about what we need to say to other people, to me, as much as it's about if I'm authentic, even if I say things that activate someone else, that's none of my business. It's truly not my business. My business is to be authentic in, yes, I want to do that. No, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't see it that way. That's not the plan for me. It isn't me telling them what I think they should be doing for me. It's me being authentic about how I'm feeling about it. We had this amazing 7 months of Mars in Gemini and retrograde, where we really got the ability to understand the duality of experience and make our choices. And now with Mars in Leo, it's about the very much the action that we can take that aligns, who we are authentically. Again, it's our inner authority. Our inner authority is only about ourselves and sharing it, communicating, but dropping in from love to say, hey, there's a difference when you say to somebody, you make me feel. Mm-mm,
Yeah,
I feel. And then
exactly.
if that bothers them, that's on them.
Exactly, because again, that's it. That's an overused expression where people say, and not only overused expression, but it's also the way I see it is the moment we say to somebody else, "You made me feel," we are literally giving away our power to that person, giving them the power of literally thinking they can make us feel anything.
Right,
And if we are feeling something of whatever it was that was felt, it is a big reminder again because of Gemini being the teacher, it is a big reminder of what it is we need to learn that we did not give ourselves permission to learn at the time to
right,
why we're feeling it. Because it's a feeling we feel. Excuse me, it's a feeling we have. And because we have that feeling, it's something that this person that's presenting it to us, they're only the messenger, where it's showing up at that point in time again for us to, oh, I feel this feeling. This person is reflecting this feeling for me. And now I need, if I choose to, now I need to really sit and reflect back to when did this feeling actually show up in my life prior to this situation so I can work on it, heal from it, or even learn from the experience of it to why the quote unquote trigger is there. Because no one is that powerful to have you feel anything other than what you are feeling for yourself. It's a feeling. So if Kitty and I are having a conversation and I'm feeling quote unquote triggered by something she has said, it is definitely not because Kitty made me feel something. It's because theoretically there's something within me that was already feeling that had that feeling. And
right.
I just have to look at Kitty and say thank you because she's the reflector, she's the messenger bringing that emotion up for me so I so I can recognize that, oh, you know what? Let me address this, sit with this feeling and see what it's really connected to. And use it as a learning opportunity versus you made me feel this way. And also too, when we point out figure at somebody saying that they made us feel this way, it's like all that power. Like, really? Where we don't want to accept our own accountability and our own work that's needed for us to, again, Gemini, learning, listening, speaking, teaching,
Experiencing.
experiencing.
Gemini is the way, it's the only of the air sign that is about our personal way we think, our personal way we experience, our personal way we learn, because it's about our own internal air energy. And, thoughts are not facts, nor are feelings. They're just what they are. And that's why this really is about a different level of quiet to be our authentic self, to align our will, to understand our inner authority in all situations.
Yeah. I love when people lead with this statement. What I'm about to say may make you angry. It's like, really? So you know how this is going to make me feel before you even ask me or tell me what it is you're going to say. So again, if you are that person, anyone out there watching this, if you are that person and you lead with your conversation with that statement, perhaps you may want to retract that statement and approach it in a different way because A, you really don't know how the person is going to feel based on the statement or conversation you're going to have with them. And B, if you are comparing it to a previous conversation that took place at a different time, thinking that they're going to have the same reaction as they had done to now, you're also judging it. So it's a good opportunity, again, a learning lesson that we never really know. Like if I said to Kitty, I know you're going to get upset with me when I say this. I know that she's going to get upset with me when I say this. Wow, I'm that good? I don't know if she's going to get upset with me when
Well,
I say it.
and I really have no idea how anybody thinks or why they do what they do. I
Exactly.
mean, I definitely think this year, my 63rd year was very much teaching that. And when someone leads with, this may make you angry, it's their own fears coming out.
Yes.
It's about what they're anticipating versus I'm going to say something, and being able to say something. Now, that doesn't mean you can be cruel or nasty or call names. But once you share something, you're done with it. Their reaction is their reaction. You are not responsible for it. You didn't make them do it. And this idea that I can somehow preliminarily say, well, this might, I don't understand why you would want to qualify anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I know many people that when they start conversations, that's what they start with. They lead with, what I'm about to tell you might make you angry. Oh, okay. And then there's a almost like a big disappoint if the anger doesn't show up. Well, it didn't make me angry. It was what you had to say. So again, I think with this full moon in Gemini, that is one of the things that this full moon is helping us with is to recognize that we can let go of our own old belief systems that we have based on experience that we might have had yesterday or a week ago or a month ago or a year ago when you're having conversations with other people. Because again, who we are right now and who we were a week ago or a month ago, or even a year ago, we're not that same version of ourselves. So therefore, anything we've experienced back then to now may be very different. So the reactions may be very different, and we have respect to how we respond to a situation where we may not get necessarily upset based on a conversation that is going to be put on the table. We may not have a reaction at all. We may just be like, oh, and just be open to whatever the conversation is. So I think a big part of this full moon is really learning to let go of our belief system of thinking that we know how somebody's going to react to a conversation that has not yet been presented.
Mhm.
The assumption.
Well, and again, why you would put a qualifier on what you have to say? You're already trying, in my opinion, because what I would say, by the way, saging, folks. That's what all the smoke that's billowing out. You're already trying to control something when you announce this might make you angry. See, I told you it. It's like, no, just say what you. So I have two reactions. One is, well, if you think it's going to make me angry, don't tell me. Or two, um, or how you're going to say it's going to make me angry. Or two, well, let me be the judge to that. And, just say what you need to say.
Yeah, my thing would be, okay, well, if you feel what you're going to say to me is going to make me angry, how about you pause on what it is you're going to say, think about saying it in a different way, come back to me when you're ready to say it in a way that I don't get angry. How about we do it that way? So rethink what you're going to say, and don't talk to me about the situation.
And you may be right. I might get angry because you might be limiting, but that's on me then. I get to have that reaction.
Exactly.
And that's part of dropping into this heart. This Gemini moon is very much shining a light upon authentically because of its relationship with the Sagittarian sun, right? And this T square that is actually happening is really having us look at Spirit's a big part of this. Honestly, and the honesty with yourself is if I'm reflecting the spirit in other people, I need the same respect I hold for spirit. I don't turn around to spirit and lie. I don't turn around to spirit and tell it how it's going to react. Why do I?
Hey, spirit, what I'm about to say and think to you, you're gonna get angry. Really?
Yeah. So, it really is about this, we have this alignment in this full moon tomorrow of the galactic center of the galaxy in Sagittarius at 27 degrees, our own unique truths, embracing that uniqueness with our, you know, we are changing from the chaotic understanding, it is taking things apart, to the awakening understanding that Uranus is bringing us as it moves into Gemini, helping us to communicate. And there's a new cycle with spirit, there's a new cycle with structures and our dynamicness, and there's a new cycle with our expansion. All that happened before that Uranus placement takes place, plus the nodal axis changes. So a lot of Pisces is stepping forth. Spirit is at its 29th degree. It is resetting the karma as it gets ready for this new cycle with human beings that it's on. It's conjunct the North Node for quite a while, and then eventually it becomes a T square. Um, so we're going to be looking at Jupiter is going to tell us authentically where we're expanding, and Saturn is going to tell us where that work and what house that's in. That is stepping forth in the next 4 months, 5 months.
Yes. And
So this is a very enlightening moon.
yes,
What do you need to forgive?
exactly. And of course, as always, I want to bring our attention to some numbers and how those numbers may very well translate to our physical body. Because when we speak about the full moon energy, at 4:02 a.m. is when the moon will be its fullest. And we talk about those
Eastern
two numbers.
Standard Time, yes.
Yes, when we talk about those numbers. The number four again is your foundation. Foundation meaning your physical body, because again, we feel everything from our bodies. So
Yes.
we do have a full moon energy. No matter what zodiac sign the full moon's in, we feel that in our bodies, and more so based on all the other connections the other planets have with this full moon. What are you feeling in your body? Your body is your biggest messenger. And how are you paying attention to whatever it is that is showing up in your body? What part of your body is causing some discomfort for you? Not permanent discomfort, but just discomfort as maybe what I like to refer to as a spiritual calibration. We are calibrating, our frequencies are rising because again, through this energy, with of course Sagittarius being about the truth, Sagittarius being about the higher consciousness, this is really about we're rising, we need to rise to the occasion. And then we have that number two energy. That two is, of course, Taurus, which is the relationship. That again, back to our physical body. So all about, from my point of view on how I speak on this energy, is how this connects to our physical body. Where are we feeling this? What is our body actually trying to tell us? The message on the overall. Now, 406, 402 is obvious. C6 vibration, which again comes back to scheduling time, not just for the full moon energy, but scheduling time every day. I think the biggest lesson we learned anything in 2024, even going back to 2020, the biggest lesson is that we as humans need to schedule time to make sure we're taking care of our physical body, make sure we're taking care of our mindset, and make sure we are taking care of our emotions. Because if we don't address the emotions that are showing up, no matter what they're showing up from, those emotions get caught in our body. And over time, those emotions will want to surface through the physical pain that shows up in our physical body. So it's really important with this full moon's energy is to take that reminder of letting go of whatever excuses you lay on a table to why you're not taking care of your physical body. It, from my point of view, my belief, and again, this may be a trigger, When you're not taking care of your physical body, you're literally letting people know that you do not care enough about yourself to take care of yourself, because your body is literally the first thing people see. And if you're not taking care of it, you're letting people know you don't care enough about yourself. So this full moon is teaching you to let go of whatever excuses you give yourself to why you cannot dedicate 3 10-minute sessions in the course of every single day to do something where you are helping your body to get stronger physically, emotionally, and mentally. The mindset is meditation, quieting yourself down, reflecting, journaling. Get rid of those old thoughts that you've been carrying with you. There's absolutely no reason in the world why we need to hold on to these beliefs that we hold on to about how we do not deserve to take care of our physical body. Whatever belief system you have, this is your time. With this full moon, let it go. Then we move into the Mercury moving forward. The experience, I'm loving that number 356. So just the 5 6 itself is a big reminder that this is really about mastering in the experience. You already know what it feels like when your body doesn't feel good. Every one of us, at one point or another in our lives, have had moments where our body didn't feel good. We already know what that is. So now we can master through that. We don't need to continue to go the same path that we've been going for the last 9 years of our lives, and probably for some of us even longer. So when we take those three numbers, 3, 5, and 6, 3 again, the experience. What is your body saying to you? What are you saying to your body? Because it's a back and forth. When we have conversation, there's always two parts to the conversation, you and somebody else. And that somebody else could be you again, you talking to you. That 5 energy is about what you need to change so you can have a different experience. Because you got to change something in order to have a different experience. If you're expecting a different experience and everything's going to be the same, you're not going to have a different experience. It's that simple. We're back.
That's the definition of insanity.
Yes. And then we're back to our 6 energy, which is about you need to start scheduling time to take better care of you. No one is responsible for how you feel. No one is responsible for your discomforts. No one is responsible for your disease. It is your responsibility to take care of yourself. Because again, and I've seen this on Facebook so many times over the last couple of days, it must be really on the table for a lot of people. Whereas if you have an illness and you're in a relationship with someone who has an illness, that person with the illness cannot do much for you because they are sick. So we all take our part and take better care of ourselves. No one has to really take care of you because you're doing your part to take better care of yourself. And there's so many resources out there. There's so much information out there based on natural ways of healing that at this point in time, it's you have this open door to really focus on scheduling time to take better care of yourself. 10 minutes a day. Yeah, I'm in the health and fitness industry 40 plus years. 10 minutes a day goes a long way. However, you do have to keep in mind that eventually over time, the hope and prayer is that you start to see the results of your 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. You start to see the results of those 10-minute sessions that over time, you find yourself wanting to do the workout a little longer, as opposed to 10 minutes that you may want to do 20 minutes, or eventually go the full 30 minutes. And this way here, you don't necessarily have to do 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. And that may work for you as well. But scheduling it in, and whatever that looks like, movement, meditation, hydration, fueling and feeding, resting, sleeping, all of that, journaling your thoughts. Journaling your thoughts, because if there's something going on and you're not addressing those thoughts, that's where it's going to get you. If you do not address your thoughts, if you think those thoughts are going to just go away, you're not. You have to address them, otherwise they get stuck in your body. So I'm loving these
Well,
numbers.
and you have to bring them forward from your unconscious because there's many things until you spend that quiet time that stay hidden because you're in the business of being busy.
Yes. And when we add up the number 356, we come back to our five energy. So it's again a change. And what I loved about these two numbers of 4:02 a.m. and 3:56, I don't know if that's PM or AM because I didn't write it down.
PM.
PM, thank you. Those two numbers, when you reduce the numbers, the 4:02 is 6, the 356 is 5, we're back at our 11 vibration, which is the very energy of December. December carries, when you take the month of the 12 energy and the 2024 and add those numbers together, the month of December carries an 11 vibration. So this is a month, this is our final month, theoretically, in 2024 to really become the mastering in taking better care of your physical body, taking the time to invest in you. I know there's so many people, I've worked with many people in 2024 with the idea intentions of, I want to have more self-love, I want to have self-care. Self-love and self-care starts really with taking care of yourself. It's not, it's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
it's not about your bubble baths, it's not about the manicure, it's really about taking care of your physical body. Learning to fuel your body with the nutrients your body really needs in order for your body to actually start to heal. I was listening to something the other day. These two gentlemen were talking about traveling. And as one gentleman, he lives out of state, and he says every time he comes to the United States, he puts on about 5 to 10 pounds in a week. And the gentleman he was speaking to has said to him, well, you're not really putting on 5 to 10 pounds of quote unquote fat. What you are putting on of 5 to 10 pounds is what's called inflammation. Because of the food that unfortunately we eat in the United States, the foods are highly inflammatory. And it causes that inflammation in the body, which again, inflammation, one of the reasons why so many people are ill is because of our dietary habits of is fully inflaming our joints. And because we're not drinking enough water and electrolytes to sort of balance it out, to flush it out, our bodies are highly inflamed. So again, this is really about 2025 is the review of the last 9 years of your life of what you can change so you really can move into 2026 and going forward as a healthier version of yourself. And when I say this, it's not going to take you, well, I'm going to say it this way and then I'm going to retract it. It's not going to take you 300, how many days in the year? For some reason or another, I have a blank with that
365.
365 days. I have a blank with that number these days. It's not going to take you 365 days to reshape your physical body. It really doesn't take that long. However, to maintain the results of it, which becomes a lifestyle, you have the entire year of 2025 to start really changing your habits and using this final full moon in December in Gemini to really start asking yourself, what have you been experiencing? What have you yourself been doing that you can start to change now and learn a different way to take better care of your physical body, and then the mindset. Because the two play a big role. Because when you don't feel good in your physical body, you will have that internal dialogue, mental dialogue in regards to you don't feel well, everything hurts.
Well, that's how you experience yourself. And this is what Gemini is all about. You
Exactly.
experience yourself that way. And that isn't, this is about making a choice. I don't want to experience myself. So what can I and how, what can I do to experience myself differently?
Exactly. And there's so many resources out there. And I myself, I had this conversation the other day with somebody where I literally have given, and I'm going to say it this way, maybe not politically correct. I have given everybody a what's called a no excuse approach. Meaning, if you cannot, if you don't have access to a gym, or you don't want to go to a gym, or you whatever the reasons are to why you're not physically moving your body and why you are not physically taking better care of yourself. And your excuse is, well, I can't get to the gym, I don't, whatever it is. My approach is, I'm right here. I have a virtual service. I can see you just as I'm sitting here with Kitty, and I can work with you virtually. There's absolutely no excuse to why you should not be moving your body. Meet up, accountability, motivation, get it done. This is the time. A no excuse approach is what I have. And I created this no excuse approach when I started seeing clients, virtually speaking, for clients that either A, didn't like to go to the gym, were intimidated in the gym, they weren't comfortable there, they didn't have a gym close enough to them, it's too cold to go to the gym. I have to look for parking. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is set up a little space in your room. A little space in your room that's at least the size of your, let's say, bedroom, with a little space where you can move your body, physically move your body. A no excuse approach. Everybody now has this no excuse approach. So people, you should be knocking down my virtual doors. There you go.
There she goes.
There
So,
you go. Yes.
well, what if we pull a card?
Yes, yes. Let's pull a card. I'm excited that our Mercury is going direct. And this energy of the sun in Sagittarius. This is the last week of sun in Sagittarius, correct?
Yes,
Sun moves into Capricorn on the 20th or 21st?
I think it's the 20th. Hold on.
20th, okay.
21st,
21st. And that should be
4:21 a.m.
that should be interesting, and I'm sure Kitty and I will come and talk about the sun in Capricorn at some point in the time that the sun will be in Capricorn. This will be the first time in a very long time that the sun is in Capricorn without the influence of Pluto being in Capricorn. So that should be quite interesting energy.
Well, and it's this period of time for the black moon. We're between the two black moons, and this is about what are you building? What wisdom are you? And because it's a Capricorn, it's about what are you starting?
Exactly. It should
Um,
be interesting because again, the sun will be in Capricorn during the time where Mars enters Cancer in its retrograde. So that should be quite fun. So Katie and I is going to have a lot of playtime as we move into the sun in Cancer, the sun in Capricorn, and with Mars in Cancer. Is that a kitty?
Rest.
Is that a kitty?
It's a kitty,
How
and it
cute.
says rest. Take
Oh,
time to rest and recover.
yes. And I just want to tap on that word rest as Kitty brought that card up. Because I think theoretically, and again, I believe theoretically, when we use the word rest, I'm going to say it this way, we're abusing the word rest. We believe that we're supposed to rest and stay in the bed or stay on the couch all day long. A rest day is not about staying on the couch all day long and doing nothing. What is really important is that, again, we're going back to that 10 minutes of moving your body. That has to be a priority in your day every day. 10 minutes, move your body. Then if you want to go rest and lay on the couch, lay in your bed, do whatever it is you want to do to rest and rejuvenate, do that. But that 10-minute exercise 3 times a day needs to be a part of your daily regimen, even if it is your quote unquote rest day. We are resting too much and not moving our bodies. We have to get in this new habit of moving our bodies. The health
Well,
and the disease rate is ridiculous. The numbers are outrageous, and there's no reason why it should be. Ah, you'll never guess which card showed up that I just pulled. Let me get my right. Pulse.
health.
Pulse. And look at the number 33. So we're talking about the number 33. This is the higher consciousness. This is the Sagittarius sun energy. This is the Capricorn sun energy, as well as the work that we need to do so we can sacrifice. So we can sacrifice something so we can be in better health. That is it. And the color here is the sacral chakra. So when I speak and I'm speaking out and I'm teaching here, this is not me judging anyone out there. This is me being truthful. Because sometimes we have to be straight up, raw, and honest in order for people to really hear it and know that, yes, I'm talking to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, she's judging me, I don't want her as my trainer. Why would you not want me as your trainer? Why would you want someone that's going to sugarcoat and keep you where you are, where you're never going to get yourself to a different experience? Because I want you to experience your life the fullest possible and do all the amazing things you came here to do. So that 33 is really about what are you willing to sacrifice so you can have better health? That is really the message. What are you willing to sacrifice in 2025 so you can have better health?
It's very interesting, the other cards that came out with it. So after rest was, and you're talking about this, create a sacred space, honor yourself and the divine. And honoring your body is part of honoring the divine, a place that takes care of you. You know, it can be your toes getting done, and it's an and um, in what you do. And the other two cards that came jumping out with it was, whoops, guess what? I lost you. I hit a button. There we go. Is joy. And when you create a sacred space and rest and take care of your body, you do access joy. And this is the other thing that comes with it. Notice the numbers.
Oh, this is
Watch for your
five.
spirit messages. 5. Yep.
Yes, I love that. I love the whole concept of what numbers are showing up for you. And when the numbers are showing up for you, what are the messages from those numbers? What is spirit trying to get you to see and understand and learn about yourself? And the the process of Kitty's second card regarding the
Create a sacred space.
creating a sacred space where you want to every single day take time for you. And I get it. I totally get it. Not everyone out there is like me that wants to get up and can't wait to get in their weight room to get in that squat rack or do their bench press or whatever not that I get so excited about. Not everybody is like that. I get it. Some people is like, oh my God, I really got to do this. But yes, because what is the other alternative? There's two alternatives here. You have wellness and you have illness. That's all it is. And there is so much research, new research literally showing that if you are not taking time to take care of your physical body, to really make sure your physical body is healthy, you are literally walking down the lane to illness. Literally. And it doesn't matter if you're healthy right now. I've literally witnessed many, many people that were exercising and then something happened and tons of events took place and literally went from wellness to illness because that's how quickly it is to lose it, which is why it's so quickly important to maintain it. So the next card that hopped out for me, which is so perfectly, balance. It's learning to balance what it is we're doing for our day. Yeah, and I love when Kitty said about it's okay to take the time to get your toes done or your nails done. Now for me, and I get my nails done every like 6 weeks. However, for me, getting my nails and toes done is the most stressful event that I can do, along with my hair. Most stressful. I sit back and I ask myself, why do people see this as self-care? This is the most stressful thing that I do in the time that I do it in my hour or for that matter, this most recent manicure, 2 hours. Just because, I don't know if you guys, and I'm not showing you my middle finger, it's my ring finger, people. Just because I have little snowflakes, snowmen on my finger. 2 hours. So again, balancing your time so you can have a healthy body that leads to a healthy mind. Because something I recently learned, well, not that I recently learned, I was actually talking about it today, where when we are not moving enough in our day, when we're spending a lot of time sitting, besides it being theoretically called the new smoking. So if you're sitting way too many hours in your day, it's like having the same health issues as a smoker. The other downside to that is when you're sitting for too long, what ends up happening is you're not sending the blood flow in your body is not flowing properly, and that's going to weaken your muscles because you're not sending enough blood through your body because you are sitting way too long. So if you don't have enough blood flowing through your body and being able to get to your brain, you're not going to be able to think on your feet because you're just not active enough, which is another reason why moving your body to keep your mind and body sharp as we get older. The number 7-6, we're back to that 4 energy again. The balance, your foundation. Your body is your foundation. Your body is going to be the thing, the main character that's going to allow you to enjoy your life, to have joy in your life. When your body feels good and strong, you have joy. Without having to do all the extra stuff of getting your nails and feet done, when your body feels good, you have joy. And the color is the high heart, which is about being more compassionate, more kinder to yourself, which means taking care of your physical body. And the other card for me is creativity. Creativity. When we learn to move our body, the connection that we take on is that embodiment where we find that our creativity flows better. We are more creative when we have physically moved our body. We connect with spirit at a much faster pace when we have moved our body, because that connection by embodying our physical body connects us spiritually. And our number 6-6 is our 12 vibration, which is exactly where we are in the energy of December. 12 is our portal. And yellow. Trusting your process, trusting, listen to your body. When you have aches and pains, it's just your body's way of saying, hey, excuse the expression, get up off your ass and go move it. Even if it hurts, I say to many people when they say, oh, I have pain, move your body. But I have pain when I move my body. You have pain when you're sitting also. So reality of it all is you're going to have pain when you sit and when you move. But over time, the more you move, perhaps the less pain you may experience because your body is going to get used to the movement. So I think that's really this full moon and Gemini's energy is the experience we have with our physical body and what the real message, the truthful message is that this energy is helping us to explore is there's way too many people out there not feeling well. Arthritis, oh my God. Orthopedic issues, oh my God. Chronic back pain. I know every other person I talk to, it's like, and maybe it's just because of the field that I'm in, but it's like, can someone just tell me they feel good? Their body feels amazing. Can someone
Well,
just
and it's going to be very, very changing, and a lot of energy is going to be kind of whirling, and keeping your body an instrument that is dealing with it in a healthy manner also gives you the quiet to process and take care of it. So, yeah.
yeah. And like
Yeah.
Kitty just said, there's going to be a lot of energy. Now, maybe you're aware of this, maybe you believe this, maybe you're skeptical about this, whatever it is, but the energy that we feel, the planetary energies, like I just said to Kitty the other day. Now, what are those darn things called that's in the sky right now?
The drones?
Thank you. I just said to Kitty the other day when we became more aware that these drones were out there. I said, can these drones have people feeling this physical discomforts? Because I just found it really interesting that when we started hearing about these drones, that so many more people were really talking about their physical discomforts, their pain that people were talking about, back pain and shoulder pain and this pain. And I was like, I wonder if there's a connection. The one thing I do know for sure, putting the drones on the side, with our planetary shifts that we are experiencing, where Pluto just entering Aquarius, Neptune and Saturn getting ready to enter a whole new astrological sign, astrological cycle,
Yeah.
along with Uranus getting ready to move into to Gemini and Jupiter getting ready to move into Cancer, all of our outer planets, we are going to feel those
Yeah.
shifts
I
in our
mean, these
body.
are 246-year cycle, 165-year cycle, 30-year cycle, 84-year cycle, all either starting a whole new cycle or at least shifting signs in a 5-month period. The mathematical probability of all of those times crossing is astronomical.
Yes,
So yeah, it's a physical, it's magnetic, it's energetic, it's light, it's all of these shifts. So taking care of your body is going to be really important.
exactly.
How you're processing this.
And because of these shifts that we are experiencing and embodying our physical body and being that we are connecting with spirit at a much rapid pace. Spirit goes literally has to travel from our crown or our root. One way or another, spirit comes in. So if spirit is trying to come in to connect with you, that means that's more energy that you are feeling. Every one of us are very sensitive to other people's energies, which means again, if you're sitting or talking to someone that may have discomfort in their physical body, I was just saying this to my husband the other day, in regards that me being an empath and me, I do feel people's discomforts in their physical body, that learning how to clear that energy out so you don't take on that discomfort from that person, because that
Right?
could be very overwhelming to you, that by time the end of your day comes that you're like, oh my God, why is it that I feel like a truck hit me? And that's because you have literally just taken on every person you've been around, whether you were in the store or you physically know them, you've just taken on their pain. And that's why it's really important for every one of us to take care of our own self so that I don't have to pick up your pain, or you don't have to pick up Kitty's pain. Because if each one of us takes care of our physical body and make sure our physical body is as healthy as it can be, perhaps, and we all learn how to really protect our own energy so we're not picking up other people's discomforts, perhaps we won't all walk around feeling so much pain as we move into this energy that we're moving into going forward. So the experience that we're all going to be having and how we're teaching each other and our truth telling and just allowing ourselves to be more embodied in our physical body, because our physical body is our teacher. And whatever's showing up in the physical body, it's showing, excuse me, it's showing up for a reason. It's not just showing up just to show up, it's showing up for a reason. And pay attention to whatever's going on in your life at that time. Investigate, reflect. If you theoretically woke up and you notice that, oh my God, my back is stiff, or my shoulders stiff, or my arms stiff, or this thing's stiff, investigate it. Figure out why. What is your body trying to teach you? What any
That's a
final
good
words?
place to that's a good place to end.
Yeah. No final words?
I think final words are take care of yourself, create the space in your head, in your body, and especially in your energy that you call your schedule to do these things.
Yes, yes. And even an additional part, that self-care, self-love, this is part of your self-care and self-love. Love yourself enough to want to feel good in your own body. Love yourself enough to want to feel good in your own body. And however that looks like, whatever you will need to do so you can feel good in your own body. Because believe me when I say, you're not supposed to be waking up feeling aches and pains. You're not supposed to have a headache. You're not supposed to have this. You're not supposed to have that. So when you're getting together with people and every one of you are talking about all of these aches and pains, that is not the norm. That is not the norm. So if you have aches and pains, it's time to work on those aches and pains and get rid of them, because it's not the norm. We're supposed to be enjoying our body. So all that being said, Kitty and I will be back again to play some more, to share some more insight as we move into probably January. I don't know if we're gonna come back in December. Are we gonna come back in December? Do we have any more dates?
Maybe that last week, we'll see.
Yeah, we could probably come back like maybe that Sunday before New Year's. That would be fun, assuming our schedules permit it.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm going to be dog sitting, I know,
Okay.
again. So, but yeah, I think that would be good because there's a lot of things coming
Excellent.
right in the beginning.
Well,
So, namaste, my friend.
and everyone, thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching this on the replay, let us know that you're watching on the replay. And this will, because we're just streaming from Facebook, this will be downloaded onto my YouTube channel. So you'll be able to go back and re-listen to it. If there was something that caught your attention and you want to take some notes, you could do so. Until we meet again next time, bye bye for now.